Gobble, gobble, scrolling too fast. Gobble, gobble, my feed is a mess. Gobble, gobble, why do I look old? Put the phone down before I explode. Breakfast with benefits.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Breakfast with Benefits. I'm Beyza.
I'm Julia.
Hello, this is Krista.
Hello, and this week is Happy Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, big celebration.
Big turkeys. When I say Turkey, of course, I get offended a little bit because my country changed the name in Turkey, but we are Turkey. I'm from Turkey. So
you are Turkey.
Yes.
You get cooked.
I get cooked. So every year, my son and my daughter was always making another joke. When Adam was saying, "Oh, I'm going to make a turkey," they were like, "What are you going to do, Daddy? Are we going back to Istanbul? Or what?" They were always confused. Poor guys. I wanted to say, because this week is a special week and I, inherited my husband's traditions. And I always like Thanksgiving because he always wants us around the table and make everyone talk. What are you grateful for? And even when my kids are very young, he taught them how to say that. Like, what are you grateful for in full sentences? Everybody understands. So I like this tradition. And let's talk about what we are grateful for. Let's think about all of us at the same time, right? Like, what are we grateful for? Let's make this episode about that.
No.
No. In my house, I'm the ungrateful wife.
Perfect.
Sometimes. Even though I do a little journal, what to be grateful and the 3 things you write down you're grateful for. Sometimes I don't. So I'm just the ungrateful wife.
So you stop after the second page of your journal?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm grateful for our friendship.
Oh, I'm also an ungrateful wife. Are you?
I am. I probably am.
Okay, I think there is nothing more we can talk about.
Is there anybody out there who is also an ungrateful wife? Let us know.
Yes, we are ungrateful wives. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. So
Yep.
So
doesn't talk about this that much anymore.
By Thanksgiving, let's get into something more exciting.
Yes. And we have talked about this before, but I put this on our WhatsApp and I was totally ignored. But then for some reason, this is back and we agreed on this topic where I said, guys, why don't we talk about what we're being fed?
I know.
Right?
I totally misunderstood. Sorry. I was thinking about food.
You're always hungry, Krista. I didn't understand as well.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry, Julia.
It's okay. And this is how I thought about this. It's like everything that we consume is part of our diet. Let's think about this. So what is it? When you go outside, when you eat, when you interact with someone, when you sleep, and when you're scrolling on your feed, right?
Oh,
Social media, right?
So in English, they call it because of that?
Feed.
Right? What is your feed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, somehow what we are being fed on Instagram, for example, or YouTube or whatever you're watching is what it's feeding you, right? Somehow it's kind of an hologram of your outside life.
It's an extension of you.
It's what's in, yes, it's an extension of you.
Yeah, it's who you are.
And then
That's bad. I don't want to even share my feed with you guys.
It's an extension of you. So it's kind of intimate too.
Yeah.
So I thought that we could share what we're being fed in our lives, and so that it's something that our audience can think about and maybe even empathize, because maybe we're all kind of checking many things in common. Maybe we're not. So What's going on?
Hold on. Krista is right. This is a little bit too intimate, Julia.
It is.
I mean, I don't want to show my
Imagine all
underwear.
the dirty stuff.
I don't want to open my things to you. I mean, it's my own little...
It's a picture of how you are being fed right now. It's also true, right? Because this may change. Do you sometimes block people or block things or unfollow things?
Oh, yeah. Recommendations, it's taking too long for me. I'm like, one time I looked for one F recipe. Whole my feed right now is about cooking. Like, come on, guys. I change all this algorithm before. I'm good at going to the settings, changing things. I'm not a cook.
They want to teach you.
Everybody by
They
now
teach
in our
you.
You're so
audience.
ungrateful, Beza. You don't want any culinary
Everybody knows
advice.
I hate cooking, and now and because I'm fed so much, now I'm like, maybe I can try this new cabbage
you're becoming
recipe.
a good chef. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
it's a good thing, I guess, or not.
no, it controls your brain.
When I'm thinking about feeding, I'm thinking more holistically about it. Like we were feeding when we were born with all the transgenerational kind of beliefs that are cultural beliefs, how families operate, our parents, what they believe, right? Those are the things that we are fed, or the traumas were also fed, inherited to us.
And
No?
you feel this how in your everyday life?
Feel it through maybe on my self-esteem, on my beliefs that are coming from my past. When I'm questioning myself, am I worth it? Am I good enough? Things like that.
Ungrateful wife is talking.
Ungrateful. Am I ungrateful? Really? Yeah.
And you feel that kind of drives a lot of the things that you do. So
then sometimes we are
it's edgy,
embedded
right?
with our thoughts during the day. Every day we have thoughts, and these deeper thoughts, unconscious, come up. But I'm also thinking about what society feeds to you. What are the expectations that are fed to us? How to be a good girl or a good boy?
Yeah. Good mother.
Good
wife.
or bad mother or ungrateful one.
When we think about, feeding ourselves, what does feeding, think about the food you just ate.
Yeah.
What does it do to you? It gives you energy, right?
Yeah.
So
these are the thoughts that we have.
Yes,
can give you
thoughts,
bad energy.
Energy become a thought or a movement, right? An action. So what you're being fed is driving you in a way, right? Is taking you places.
It's taking you places because it influences how you're going to act, how you're going to do things. So I know that this is going to a very deep, different level, just taking it away.
That's okay too, right? Because what we bring here is also feed to our audience. And my intention with this conversation is that we think about what we're being fed. And even if I hope that this conversation makes you question what you're following, feeding yourself.
Your belief.
Yes.
And it is unconsciously changing the way you think.
Yes. Yeah. As an individual and as society, because right now I don't have, unfortunately, the numbers, but I can assure you that people are more in their phones than in real life. I would say it surpassed 50% of your time. So, because think about this, I don't think I'm a heavy user, but I'm a heavy user of iPhone because it tells me that I use my phone 7 hours a day.
I don't want to tell you mine.
Right.
But I'm not going to show you my underwear, and I'm not going to show you my
There's YouTube there. There's some Instagram. There's banking. There's WhatsApp. There's a lot of things happening there. Think about this. If you sleep 6 hours or 8 hours in a day, right? Do the math. Let's say you sleep ideally 8 hours a day. 8 plus 7 hours. That's 24-hour day. That means if you're like me and you consume 8 hours of phone, and that has a lot of social media there because I do consume YouTube, then what's left of my time? 9 hours. It's almost there. And I'm talking about myself, which I don't consider myself a heavy user. Yeah. So this
is 1/3 of your 24 hours.
Yes, at least.
Yeah.
And what does that tell us about our lives? What are you being fed, Isa?
What I'm fed. So, okay, they showed me the phone. So now I'm starting scrolling, right? So what am I into these days?
Secret search.
Yes, this is real time, live, underwear showing your feet.
You're naked.
Okay, I'm starting fast. AI. Movies, which movies? Weird movies, weirder movies. all about the movies. Parenting. Don't yell. Why are you yelling? The kid has a life. The kid doesn't have a life. Love yourself. Don't love yourself. Think about others. Don't think about others. You don't see. You need glasses. Oh, burnout. You're getting too much interrupted. Scary mommy. Ha 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 ha. Let's laugh about the mom problems, which are really, really real. So what else? Extreme sports.
Pause.
Weird people are doing weird shit.
How do you feel about what your feed so far?
My mind is
It's
everywhere.
Your mind is everywhere.
My mind is everywhere, and I'm always looking for answers. Always looking for solution. That's what it says, I think. And I don't watch videos. I don't watch YouTube, but
Podcast.
Yes,
No.
our podcast. No, because I think I'm just scrolling
Selective.
very selective. But that's why there are so many things. I'm not gonna get into the boring subject that it listens to us, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You can turn it off, but not very well. Even you turn off, it gets you. It gets you immediately. It says my mind is everywhere. Oh, German, for example, German right now developed a gel that heals your joint cartilage.
That's an important one.
It's a very
We
important
like that.
one. And I'm just was in acupuncture because I injured my knee again. I swear God, I didn't hold my phone and research anything about knee because I know it. It's been with me forever. How? Okay. So that's the other thing. So my feed is totally messed up.
Do you think your feed deprived you?
Extreme sport. Yeah, you know what it says, I think. I want to live my life, but I also want to be a good mother still. And I try to find solutions and I try to take care of myself still. So that's what it says to me.
And how do you feel about your scrolling?
Too much, too many problems. Why nothing is going well?
So-
how can you be grateful about anything if you have a feed like that? The menopause part says, of course, I'm getting fed with old woman, strong old woman.
Living 104.
Or, menopause is this, menopause is that, but they're all strong and looking beautiful.
So you're being
and you
reminded.
look in the mirror, you're not beautiful
So you're
and
being
strong.
reminded that you're old, for example.
Yes.
That you feel.
Yes,
or maybe
exactly.
you're being
I'm not
fed.
as strong. I don't have a muscle tone. Let's go to about Huberman, Mike Hyman, Dave Asprey. Do you do this? Look, this is connect to our longevity episode. Also the guilt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing this. Oh, I should have done that. I don't do this. So it's all nothing to grateful
Again,
about.
going back to social expectations, right? That's what's expected. A woman with all the pressure on how you should look and this and that,
Yeah.
right? That's also fed. What about you, Julia?
What I saw on this little glance of my podcast was there's a lot of little dogs and little cat thingies.
She's a cat lady.
Can I be proud I don't have a cat, any single cat and dog?
I don't have a cat. I have a dog. I could be a cat
Disgusting.
lady one day. Yeah, it goals, Now that I'm thinking about it, there's one caveat. I am super allergic to cats. I love them, but I'm all over
But the
place.
universe is sending
So
it
this
to
is what's
Julia.
happening.
Cats,
I
cats.
can't have them. So I'm looking at them. I'm feeding off them on Instagram, okay? My little dog thingies, funny little things with dogs. One thing that I like to use my Instagram is, for you, is hell on earth. For me, is heavenly when I see a recipe that I like and that I can use that night. So I am grateful. I'm grateful for the cookies.
Yay!
I'm grateful for the recipes that they send us. I've used so much. And then, what am I also being fed? There's this, and this is not a commercial. This is not an ad. We're not getting any money for it. So there's this brand called Argent. And I just realized that
French?
I don't know if it's French, but it has some nice clothes. And I've seen that a lot of my friends follow this brand. It just did a collab with Citizens of Humanity. So that means for regular jeans, they're probably charging $500. And that makes me kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I want them, but I don't want to spend this money. So now it becomes controversial, my feed, where I'm feeling like it's something that I think it's beautiful, but I know that they're charging $1 million for a regular pair of jeans. What else? I just realized that, I'll have some art things and music things. They come to my feed a lot, which I like.
Psychology?
So, no, psychology, not as much. No,
Interesting.
no.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, because I think I feed myself a lot with
Enough.
psychology. Enough, yeah. Usually on YouTube, I have some psychology things. There's a psychoanalyst in Brazil called Christian Dunker, and I think he's awesome. And Fabio Bello, he's from Minas Gerais. I like him very much. So I watch them, but sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with too much information. Yes. What else is in my feed? Oh, yes, of course.
Porn.
Makeup.
Porn is
I
not
don't
on
have
Instagram.
porn. Suddenly pops up this beautiful woman. I don't know how old she is. She looks young, but I know that she's not. She's very youthful and she's selling makeup. And I feel like I don't look like her. I wish I could look like her. And I'm sure that buying this makeup is not going to make me look like her. But I wish that makeup would make me look like her. So it's bringing me down. Yeah.
Yeah, the spiral. What you said, the spiral complaining.
So this is what I saw in terms of art on my feed. Some masterpiece climped. Masterpiece has just been sold for $236 million at Sotheby's. So nice. It's a portrait of Elizabeth Lederer, maybe. I don't know. That's her name. Oh, there's this funny guy called Johan Peter. I don't know if you guys ever saw him. He's a comedy kind of guy. And he roasts people on Instagram. And like people who are falling from stairs and they're on some kind of party and things go bad. And unfortunately, I have this Schadenfreude about it where I laugh of people.
Freude.
Schadenfreude. About people who are kind of, I don't know.
How do you translate it, Schadenfreude?
You're laughing of something that's actually bad. Like this dick. It's a German word.
This is a universal comedy, actually. The Charlie Chaplin also did that. So when someone falls, it's funny. End of story. Like everybody will laugh when someone falls. And also the slap. If someone slaps another one, everybody will like, that's a universal comedy.
What comes to my mind with that America's most funniest videos? I don't know. This was from the 90s.
Yeah,
but exactly.
It's kind
when
of
someone
like that.
got slapped and fall, everybody's like, "Wow, that's."
Or whatever.
But it is a very natural human reaction. We do laugh to that.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
In the 90s, there was Candid Camera or something, and now it's just our regular YouTube, Instagram, whatever.
Cat videos
feed.
are still the number one, most viewed. Cat
and
videos.
what about you, Krista?
Okay. For me, it's so boring. Art, dogs, kids, some recipes.
Feel bored after scrolling?
Actually, no. I do feel inspired when I see some great artists on my feed. I see a lot of exhibitions, Art Basel stuff, a lot of cultural things, film. Definitely food, interior design. I always get inspired when I look at Home and Garden from UK. A little bit of fashion, more dogs. Oh, and sustainability, green living, how to save the planet, those sort of things.
Nice.
But-
and are you saving the planet?
I'm trying.
In
I'm
those
trying
things-
a little bit.
It's so hard
Yeah.
in US. They don't give a F.
Yeah. I think that when you look at your feed, it's like a footprint of you. As we said in the beginning, this is what's your interest. This is what you are into these
She's
days.
more positive. Do you see?
This
Yeah.
is
Julia.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask Julia's question, which I like, how it makes you feel. So what you feed and how it makes you. And yours looks a little bit positive.
because I'm very disciplined about using social media. I think my daily usage, including GPS, that's also that
that's
included
also part
or
of,
not?
I think so.
right?
It is. Mine is,
Yeah,
it's part
mine
of
is
your-
hours.
So mine is like 3 hours. I'm not looking at things. I'm listening maybe a little bit
But
of
it
Carl
counts.
Jung.
Mine is also GPS, music, and we're going to go to that WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What?
And the
Because
groups.
Krista caught me that my screen time is terrible. And I swore her that I don't look social media. Instagram at night because of our podcast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I get, which I'm really not very happy about.
I
Before,
know.
I wasn't using Instagram at all. So because of the screen
Yeah.
time consciousness.
But with WhatsApp, it's the disruption, right? that you are in 25 zillion groups.
Yes.
And then everybody's texting you and you feel like you have to instantly reply.
But you have to have this
You-
kind of
yes,
control
discipline.
and feel that the urge
And
has to be
that's
stopped. Yeah.
Sucks up your time.
Exactly.
Totally.
You say about feeding, right? So WhatsApp is a feeder as well, and you're fed by others people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
Because WhatsApp is somebody is asking something is happening. It's for me more kids organizations, school organizations. Everything is happening in WhatsApp, so I
Yeah.
need to follow. But I really have to teach myself, which I have no idea how. You remember you told me stop for a while, and
Yeah.
then when I opened it, did you see my feed, my WhatsApp feed? It was crazy.
But you gotta schedule the time because everybody wants this instant gratification now, and we feel like we instantly have to buy and respond and that. And that's what I tell to myself: put time aside, and I check it in the morning, check it at lunchtime, and maybe check it
You
in the
always
evening.
answer me immediately. How come you do that then?
Well, I don't do a lot of texting, but when I do, and I'm not painting or doing something, that I respond. But I do feel this on me, just like you, that it disrupts my day or whatever I'm doing.
So in terms of day, so outside of Instagram and YouTube and WhatsApp, what are you being fed? And then I can start
Yes,
giving
please
examples.
start
I'm looking
over.
at my feet a lot. I don't know why. And I noticed that my bunions are worse.
The what? Banyan tree?
I think it's bunion. I think it's bunion. You know that little part of your toe that
Don't
grows?
talk about the bunion.
The bunions.
That's
That's the name.
Okay, how do you call that?
I'm being fed that. I think the way you said it was better than bunions. Than
Bunions?
I think bunions.
Is that a body
Bunions?
part?
Bunion? 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 Because I have a bunion.
I have a bunion too.
A bunion, and my bunion is only 1 feet.
What are you guys talking
The
about?
other dog doesn't have a bunion.
I'll show you.
You
It's
got the
generational.
body-
Here
body
we go back
part.
to Chris. Do you see this?
Oh,
And Instagram
I
can show
got
you
it.
are
Oh,
bunion.
let
And
me
they're
see if I
showing
got
this
it.
new device.
You don't have.
You don't
Oh,
have.
You
I
don't have a
have
bunion.
You
one.
don't have a.
That's why I cannot do high heels. My bunion,
my-
bunion hurts
My
so.
bunions are getting worse. They're bigger.
So
And
what does
yes,
that do with the feeding?
Because I've been looking at my foot and I've been
It's feeding her.
Yeah,
The bunion
the food-
feed.
the
it's
feed-
making me
the
feel like
feed-
shit. It's making me feel like shit, like merde. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeding myself. The other part of this is my patience. And there's a lot of stuff going on with my patience. So I'm being fed.
Mhm.
That-
By their problems. How do you do that? I'm very impressed.
That's a very good question. We have this is called supervision. We read because then we digest what they're going through. But yeah, there's always something that surpasses.
I know, your Thursday. You told me your schedule.
My
That-
Thursday's crazy.
Some Thursdays I'm thinking about you. You said
Yeah.
what time are you starting?
I start at 6 and I end sometimes at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
13 hours
Yeah.
listening
Yeah.
people to
That's
complain.
my feed. Not just complain. Sometimes
I
they're
knew
depressed.
you were gonna correct that.
It's also interesting because it doesn't make me fed up, and I think the worrying it's something that makes me fed up. Like for example, my daughter calls and she says that she, whatever, something's not so good at school, and she's in college now. That worries me, and I'm
you get
being
fed up.
fed. with that.
English
Yeah.
is an amazing language.
It is,
Your
right?
Yeah.
feet
Yes.
and I'm fed up.
Yeah, and
So
then
fed up is coming from that too.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
I'm getting fed so much, I'm fed up.
Yeah,
I cannot take this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So these are some things that I feel I'm being fed, and not much more than that. That's why I said I'm grateful that I'm here, because I feel it's kind of a release, of it's like our little poop.
No pooping.
Yeah, Julia is coming up with this amazing
Well, yes,
metaphor.
Digestive tubes.
Poop. So this is
We
poop.
are
Poop. What
digestive
they're poop casting.
Tubes. We are digestive poops.
Poop casting. They are doing poop casting. This
Tell me about your life.
I didn't understand for a while what you guys were saying, fed outside
Mhm.
than social media or in your phone, because I
don't have a life outside of social media.
Yeah.
No, that's not
Obviously.
true. Maybe in my WhatsApp world, maybe not. No. I'm not a maniac social media person, no. But then I understood you guys are talking about the visions we're seeing during the day. First thing I thought, because we moved to Miami, I'm feeding myself lots of with green. And I'm always grateful. Hey, we found another one. I'm grateful that
Yay! Thanksgiving special.
Thanksgiving special.
Yes. I'm grateful that I can see all this beautiful greenery around me. And I'm always looking to the sky when I drive, because in Miami you only drive. And sooner or later I'm going to make an accident, because I literally
Don't say
up.
that.
I look up like, all the greens and the birds and the sounds. So I'm like, this has to help me. This has to help me, because it's so beautiful outside. If I will live in a city, of course, I always compare myself, London, Istanbul, the places I've been before. What are we getting fed by vision? Disgusting buildings. In London, yes, there's some artistic features on the streets. It's clean and nice and aesthetic. But also, because they're so narrow in a mid-size buildings, I always was getting distressed about I cannot see further.
You like in New
I'm
York
always
City.
between, I'm always
just
between
buildings.
New York, New York, same New York. But in London, it's narrower. The streets are so narrow, so I cannot see behind that building. I cannot see the sky. You cannot see the sky in London. Sun,
Never.
not even
Hardly ever.
Even if it's not cloudy, because there are so many buildings, it passes by and you cannot catch the sun. So here, there is not even a mountain. So your vision is going through forever, and it's all this vast, beautiful, lush green beauty.
Where we are, Coral Gables.
Has to. I don't know what. Am I a better person?
Definitely.
Am I more patient?
Green is a calming color, right? So seeing a lot of green, which I agree with Beza, that for me, outside of the digital media, it's definitely the beautiful blue sky. And I sit outside in the morning and get the first rays of sunshine on my face. And that's a good nurturing food for me from nature. I love the greenery.
And I remember my Turkish friend here, Sena, which she's a great health influencer. I hope one day.
Shout out to Sena.
Sena, thank you for listening to us. I hope one day she's gonna be a guest. Why I'm gonna say that? So she told me about sunscreen and sunglasses. She told me about don't wear sunglasses to get the full benefits of sunlight. I stopped using sunglasses, and I like sunglasses as an accessoire. It's nice. I love glasses too, but I'm doing that right to get the sun directly to my face. So that's been my vision changed a little bit too.
I just heard an interesting analogy about that another day. Basically, somebody saying, if you want to grow tomatoes, you don't put a tarp on top of the tomatoes, right? When they are growing, because you want the sunlight directly getting your tomatoes or whatever you grow. So why are we people are actually blocking out light from our eyes?
We are tomatoes.
Yeah, we need the light.
I look like a tomato. I don't feel like a tomato, but definitely look like one.
Brian Johnson, the biohacker, is standing every morning, apparently, for 10 minutes in an artificial sunlight in his bathroom. So we got it better than him.
Yes, we do. I remember when I first moved here, I think for more than 3 years, I used to take pictures of all the greenery here in Miami. My feed was all the flowers and the plants. But now I'm not living in a house anymore. And that also has some kind of an influence on my feeding, because it's more like cement, is more like elevator, is more this kind of stuff. And I don't love that.
What about the getting fed by our husband's vision, like husband image?
How is that for you?
Interesting.
I see him all the time, so it's...
Yeah, I don't see him so much because he's in the office, but I remember not long ago, we changed completely from not seeing each other because he was in his work, and then seeing each other every day all the time. That has an effect on you. It's shitty.
I know. I'm familiar of that effect.
Yeah.
I can relate to that because mine is on the road a lot and in the office. So when he feeds me certain things, it's pleasant most of the time. When I am not an ungrateful wife, of course.
Of course. No. Yeah. We don't change like I'm ungrateful. We are all ungrateful wives for sure.
Yeah.
But he feeds you good. Is this positivity coming from?
Yeah, but going back, just what we all mentioned
Don't go
about
back. Don't come back. Come back.
the digital feeding. It is so true what Julia mentioned, that we are missing out on our life. If you're looking at this time spent on social media and GPS, okay, maybe GPS music, I would put it aside, but looking at other people's cooking, other people's daily routine, this and that, it means we are not doing it. It means we are watching somebody else
Doing it.
doing it.
That
And
was
of course, there is
Yeah.
an education factor in it. But what I just realized not long ago, and this is so true for the younger generations, imagine that you are 12, 13, and you are looking at somebody who is 30 when they have a job, when they go to the office, and they brag about, oh, I hate my job, my life is boring, COVID happened, I don't meet anybody. So this 11-year-old kid jumps ahead in life 20 years and sees, oh my God, this is how my life is going to look like when I'm 30. Like they are getting, and I'm not saying only negative, but jumping ahead of their life, not living it. That
Yep.
scares me.
The first thing you mentioned was we're not doing the stuff that we're seeing people do. We're just passively agreeing,
Digesting someone
yeah.
else's
Not
to the
doing anything.
Bahamas and this and that.
They
Yeah.
are working out. I'm sitting on my ass watching them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mhm.
People living some life like looking, and you don't.
You're missing out your life.
About the teenagers and kids, it's a big topic. I think.
Oh
they
my
are-
God.
oh my God! It can conclude ADHD, anxiety, stressful
Yes.
problem.
Krista was starting to talk about, like, if I were 13, if I were a teenager at this point of life, like where social media is so influential, I don't know. I think either I would not be on social media or I would feel disgraceful.
Ungrateful all the time.
Yes.
We would,
Ungrateful.
I
would
cannot
feel-
imagine myself to
Yeah.
seeing, knowing what other people are doing.
The
Beautiful.
plastic surgery, this and that. Yeah.
People going everywhere and traveling and smiling and the most beautiful clothes.
Everybody's
And,
happy.
yeah,
I'm the only one who has shitty life.
Even
Yeah.
if they're not happy, they're in these beautiful places and they have time and everybody is watching them, and it gives you this surreal, feeling of like
Less.
yeah.
If you compare yourself and you feel, oh, I'm less. I'm
Imagine
not
we
doing
even
this.
at the age of 50, Julia is not 50, have that. We are fighting with that,
Just
right? We know it is
comparing.
coming from, we know
Comparing.
the source. We know why it is happening, why I'm feeling like that.
Yeah.
And our little kids has no idea. They are getting fed like that is a big, big danger of our society right now. I have hope this will change. I have hope. Like
Well,
in about
some-
5 years or 6 years.
Some countries are banning actually social
Europe
media.
is banning. US is going to
No,
take time.
I just read that another country joined the list of other countries who banned social media for kids
15
under
years.
15.
15, yeah.
I don't remember the
Canada
name
did
of the
that
country.
also. Canada as well.
Yes, we need more of that.
I think
more.
they are going to know as well. That's my very positive thought about that. They're going to see this is not good for them.
There's a lot of ways that people can go about this because they also have ideas of implanting a chip on our skin
my God.
and things like that, where you don't even need the phone. You have the lens, whatever,
in your eyes, right?
and
Yeah,
you
like
can
a
see
built-in
things.
lens. Yeah.
What I mean is there's this one perspective of this just getting even more pronounced, and there's another perspective where no, this has to stop and this has to be controlled, and some censorship needs to happen. So we're right in the middle of this moment.
What a generation we are, right?
We are fucked up. Yeah,
We are no. It's
Yep.
it's by 1975. 1980. What are you?
1980.
1980.
Mhm.
We saw everything. Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
really, we saw everything.
I have to be honest too. Now that you said we saw everything. But when I was growing up, I used to watch a lot of television. I was also at school. I was also hanging with my friends. I was at the beach sometimes.
Were you in
Sister-
Brazil?
Yeah, in
Very well.
Brazil. But I used to watch a lot of television. And I remember in my teenage years, it was MTV. I was watching
I remember MTV.
Like I remember watching MTV at least 3
My
to 5
MTV.
hours daily.
You remember the logo, My MTV?
So you turned out.
Yes.
So are you saying you turned out fine?
I turned out okay. I have to say, music. You said, "Oh, music is part of my feed," but it doesn't matter. I think you said some. I think it matters so much. I realized that, for example, when
sorry, I meant it not as negative social
I
media,
understand.
but it's a huge inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's part of
It's
what you're being fed,
consumption,
right?
yeah.
Sometimes instead of like watching YouTube, whatever, I am listening to music and I feel so much better
Yeah.
than listening to something education or whatever, which we do so much. So for me, for example, I'm super grateful for Beatles. I think the Beatles always put my spirits up. That's one thing that I'm grateful for in this beautiful podcast.
But at the end, we found some gratefulness.
Yes, we did.
We, as ungrateful wives, found some gratefulness.
Yes,
in like a little bit.
Some gratitude.
No,
Dead body, I would listen Beatles over my
Really?
dead body. Yeah, sorry. I promise you guys, I'm not gonna WhatsApp and answer and reduce my screen time.
Good.
We take your phone away
Yes.
for 3 hours.
Oh, then you ask me something. Who's gonna answer you?
I come over.
That's okay.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Write us something that you're grateful for or not grateful for. We like not grateful
Yes.
ones more.
After you've listened to us, go and review us on podcast. Happy Thanksgiving!
Gobble, gobble, scrolling too fast. Gobble, gobble, my feed is a mess. Gobble, gobble, why do I look old? Put the phone down before I explode. Breakfast with benefits.